Hi, yours truly, the Cat Protector here at the Wonder Pet Expo. I'm considered a pet. I know Isis and Icarus, I know you consider me a pet. And with me right now on this brief moment of In the Cat's Eyes is the top dog herself, Eileen Proctor.
Hey Noel, how are you, Cat Protector?
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
So what brought you out here to the Wonder Pet Expo? Because there's a lot going on here.
Oh yeah, the Wonder Pet Expo, it's the first time ever, and it started out here in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's going on this weekend, September 10th and 11th. And what it is, it's a big celebration of all things pet. There are products, there are services, there are all sorts of activities that you can learn how to share with your pet so you bond more, have just a great life together, and most importantly, to me at least, adoptions. There are over 25 different adoption groups that are here.
Wow.
And there's everything. There's dogs, there's cats, of course there are cats, okay? I know one of your favorites, Safe Haven, is here.
Yeah.
And there's also rats, guinea pigs, there's even horses. Any type of pet you can consider, we've got it here. They've got some parrots, although they're not for adoption, but very beautiful. So what we're hoping is that a lot of people will come down to this event and expand their understanding and purview of what it is to be a pet owner, and this next year to be even bigger and better than it's ever been before.
How did this thing get started?
Actually, there's a woman named Kathy Hewlin, and she started this with her husband Frosty. I jumped on board because I just love the idea of sharing information that has to do with having a great life with your pet. That's why they call me America's Canine Connections Coach. And so they asked me whether I would come on board and MC the event. I'm kind of known as the event energizer, and so I'm up there telling all the attendees about all the great product, services, activities, demos, contests, you name it. And you can't keep me away from anything with fur. If it's about fur, I'm all over it, and I don't know if you can tell by looking at my clothes, but it's usually all over me.
That's okay. I got that care of myself. I actually held a guinea pig and a rat.
Wow, you're expanding.
And I held one of the kittens from Litter League was here.
Yeah,
we had kittens, and of course Safe Haven being here. It's great to see Laura and the whole crew.
You're wonderful over there. I went over there. I understand that they just won a contest for the 6th best black on black photo or something like that, and 6th best in the nation. My gosh,
that's pretty sad though. I mean, because it's 6. We won it first. We were really pushing.
I know,
first.
but you know how many people were in that? So I know that
we lost. We didn't even enter.
We came in 6th, and that means that next year you know what you're shooting for.
We're gonna have first.
Tom Pierre from Pick Up the Litter shot the photo. I know there was a big online push for votes, and next year we'll just have to do it even more. But I'm very proud of it.
Actually, 6th is good.
Yeah.
You know, I kid a lot. I have that sense of humor. I've got a great relationship with Safe Haven. And I get a chance to actually see what goes into something like this because I have taken it upon myself to handle an animal adoption event.
Right, I hear that one's coming up in November, right?
Tales of the Season is coming up November 12th, and I'll be out there, and we're going to have 40 animal rescue groups out there.
I plan on being there as well, and if you want the top dog to help spread the word, I'll go, oh,
wow.
I'll be more than happy to
do that. The top
that.
dog of Tales of the Season, is this an official thing?
If you tell the people it's official, it's official.
Because we've reached out to PAC 911. We know that it's a busy thing, but you've got your own ventures now. You're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing there, Eileen.
Well, yeah, so you know me, if it has to do with animals, I'm all over it. And so really, I'm known as the top dog, but I work with 3 distinct populations. The pet owners and lovers, and that's through something called fervently speaking, F-U-R, fervently speaking, because what I do is I tell people, I speak about anything that has to do with fur, and again, improving the quality of life for people and the pets that they love. So that's my consumer or my pet lover arm. My second arm is Top Dog Business Boosters. That's when I work with companies or people that want to be in the pet industry. I call them petpreneurs. And so Top Dog Business Boosters is all about strategic marketing and business development for pet-related businesses. At this particular Pet Expo, the Wonder Pet Expo, I've got 5 different booths and about 12 different companies from across the nation that I am sharing their products and services with people here in Phoenix. And it's a new venture that I started with Stacy Mantle of PetsWeekly.com, and it's going over like gangbusters. The petpreneurs love it because they get the exposure. The consumers love it because they get the new products and services. And I love it because it expands who I am and what I do within the pet community.
And you have fans here. I mean, I'm seeing fans, they know your name.
Oh, thank you.
And I know your name because a lot of the events that you do, you're involved with Bolorama for Animal Rescue. I had a chance to be a part of that
Right.
with Safe Haven.
Right.
We bowled for Safe Haven, raised over $1,130, I think, for
Yep.
Safe Haven.
That
So
was
it
fab, and that was your first year that you were involved, and I know it was basically a one-man, appeal.
I've been there before. I was there with Ultra Tails
Yep.
eons ago and AZ Cats, but Safe Haven really is the group that I felt to be really a part of, and,
Right.
and really because they do a lot of work for the cats. And of course, the blessing of the animals.
Yep,
Another
that's
PAC 911 event.
end of October, and that's the third arm of what I do. I work very closely with the animal welfare organizations, not just in Phoenix but across the country. And just launched the company name Top Dog to the Rescue. Woohoo! And so what I'm going to be doing is sharing the fundraising and the marketing tools and programs that I've developed here in Phoenix with any rescue group that needs it, so that they can attract and retain supporters and funding.
So is all of this that you're doing nonprofit? All of it, or is it a big portion of it?
The
is
Top Dog to
nonprofit?
the Rescue. Top Dog to the Rescue is absolutely all not-for-profits.
Okay.
What I do through Top Dog Business Boosters, and perfectly speaking, a portion of all of my revenues gets donated back to animal welfare. And all of my kids, by the way, I know you didn't ask, but I have to say hi. Hi, kids. I've got 4 dogs. I've got Disney the Border Collie, Cassie the Golden Retriever. I've got Tracy the cattle dog. I've got Happy. We're not sure what she is, but she's 100% adorable. And lest you think I'm a species snob, I do have Autumn, my calico cat, who teaches me and reminds me all the time that I am not the center of the universe.
Isis and Icarus teach me a lot.
It's amazing. I really love cats. A lot of people say you're the top dog. What do you think about cats? I adore cats. First of all, it's like different people have different personalities. Every cat has a different personality. And to be quite honest with you, until I was about in my mid-20s, I never owned a cat. And I didn't think about ever having a cat. I was a dog person, that dog, cat, dog, cat, right? So I finally got a cat because I was sharing a house with a friend of mine, and we went to a shelter, and I look at the puppies, and we happened to pass the cat section, like we stepped over the line, right over the line into cat territory. And she said to me, "Oh, look at that cute little black kitty. I love it, I love it, I love it." And I'm like, "Well, that's nice, but, no cats in the house." And she's like, "Please, I really want it, I really want it." Well, she was an adult. I couldn't tell her no. So I said, "You're going to feed it. You're going to clean its litter box. You're going to keep it away from me, all right?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, I promise, I promise." Let's just go to the end of the story. Within 3 days, she was bored. I was in love. And I've never been without a cat. I've had black cats, tuxedo cats, I've had Morris-type cats, and now I've got my calico cat. Everyone has taught me something, and everyone has brought me an incredible amount of joy, and I don't think I'll ever be without a cat.
I think the one thing that we need to get into is you've got a radio show that you're doing on Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio, yes, thank you for mentioning that.
And tell us about that.
Sure.
That's exciting for me.
I'm very excited about that show. It's called Fervently Speaking, and it is geared to, it's a fun and fur-filled hour of all sorts of information about products, services, and activities that you can have with your pets so that, again, best possible quality of life. And it's part of the Boomer and the Babe channel on Blog Talk Radio. Believe it or not, I'm a boomer. And there's, 60 plus million boomers across the United States. And it's not that we're old, but we have different types of needs and desires than young pet owners. And so my goal is to make sure that I gear a lot of the information about all species of pets to the boomer market. It's certainly germane to anybody who wants to listen, but it's a talk show. I banter back and forth with my guests. I have guest experts on, and we're going to be spotlighting different rescues every week, different types of careers that you could have in the pet industry, and again, products, services, and activities. I'm really hoping that the cat protector himself and Isis and Icarus will consider being guests on the show to help us to make sure that the cats are well represented.
Are you really ready for that kind of invasion?
I am so ready. I happen to know know Isis and Icarus very well, and they're gentlemen. I don't know you that well, but I know them that well, and I think that we would just have a wonderful time together.
Well, I think it's great, and come on up to the Pet Expo, because meeting you, I've known you for a while, and I know you have a great energy level.
Thank you.
To be able to do what you do with a lot of these events, I don't know how you do it. I think the question is, we've been saying, what is Eileen Proctor's secret here? I mean, a dedication, obviously, because I'm stepping into the role of actually facilitating an event, actually chairing an event. And do you have any tips
For facilitating
for
the event?
people that are doing this for the very first time?
Okay, so the first thing that I would recommend is start small and grow. I say that, for example, the Bolorama for Animal Rescue, the very first year, 9 years ago, we were setting our sights for $20,000 to be raised, and we had about 25 groups. It turns out we raised $88,000. So we were very fortunate to go 4 times plus where we expected to go on fundraising, but we didn't want to set the world on fire. We learned, and then the next year we grew. We raised $140,000. The next year, $188,000. This year, very proud to say, $253,000 total.
Wow!
And 95% of it went to animal welfare. We have a very, very small. I'm very cheap. The top dog's very cheap, except with my dogs and cat. And so only 5% cost of the event. So that's the second thing I want to tell you about. It's very important that you get people involved that rally around the cause and want to help you succeed without necessarily a financial stake in it. So passion is huge, getting people involved with the passion. The third thing that I'd recommend you do is to set rules and stick to them, because you don't want that many last-minute issues to pop up. So
And get a committee. Get a committee of people that know.
a committed committee,
Yeah.
because it's one thing to have people say they'll be involved, but if they're not committed like you are, it's all going to fall on you anyway.
I should have been committed a long time ago, but I with the North Phoenix Chamber of Commerce, just got to get the plug in. Panther Tech is sponsoring this. And we're starting to get the word out. We're going to have the word out on Cat Galaxy.
Great.
And of course, Cat Galaxy will step in and more or less Isis and Icarus will say, okay, why aren't we on the website yet? We are going to be on the website because Cat Galaxy will step in as media sponsor.
Great.
But to have you there, that's a big announcement. And to have the announcement that you have for Bolorama, because a lot of people wanted to know the number.
Yeah.
And it never got out.
253.
So,
By the
now
way,
we know.
that's about $1.85 million in the first 9 years. We're going to go over $2 million next year.
That's great. And I will actually be there next year.
Awesome.
I will be there bowling for Safe Haven.
Great. Is that a promise?
Yeah.
All right.
Laura,
You heard it, everybody. He's bowling next
Laura
year.
Norton of Safe Haven, who's the director of Safe Haven. They're so pleased with what happened. I stepped up to the plate. I said I'll bowl again.
Cool.
And we're going to have a great team next year. And
We had a great team this year.
yeah, we
and
did.
You did great.
We had a great dedicated individuals that wanted to bowl, and it's really great. And it's so important. And I have to thank you for what you do for the animals and the animal rescue
thank you.
community,
Thank
because
you.
you do a lot. Your name has gotten out there. You've been on Cat Galaxy.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
been on Fox 10.
Big time.
You've been doing a lot of publicity. And I can't speak for Isis or Icarus right now, but I will be a guest on your show.
Excellent.
I will come on, and whatever you want to talk about is fine.
But we'll make sure that we get the data out to all of your viewers so that they are aware, so that they can listen. It's Fervently Speaking. It's on blogtalkradio.com/boomerandbabe. And if you tune in live, it's the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And hopefully I'll get that to be weekly pretty soon. And then the archives are available 1 hour after the show at the same address. It's blogtalkradio.com/boomerandbabe. And it's the Fervently Speaking show. And I can't wait to have you talk cat with me. We're going to chat cat.
And I'll try to bring Isis or Icarus into the studio with
Sounds
me.
good.
So
That sounds great.
come out to the Pet Expo. It's
Pet
going on
Expo.
tomorrow until what time?
It starts at 11. It ends at 5. And
Okay.
by the way, on Sunday, servicemen and military and firemen, whether they're active or retired, bring your ID and get free admission for 9/11.
Free admission. What about animal rescue volunteers? Do they get the? Do they
You know
get
what?
the deal too?
I don't control this. I'm just the
We're throwing it
event
out there.
energizer.
We're throwing it out there.
I cannot speak for that, but show up, and there's a $1 off coupon that if anybody wants to contact me at topdog@ferventlyspeaking.com. I will be more than glad to send them a $1 off coupon. And thank you so much for letting me be with you today, Noel.
I appreciate
You're
it.
awesome.
And come out to the Pet Expo. I was here today. Come out tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of stuff really happening here. So we'll see you next time on In the Cat's Eyes.
Take it easy, kitty cats.